In this video, I'm going to teach you the best mechanical trading strategy. This strategy has a very good win rate, guys, and it is so mechanical that you do not need daily bias. You do not need hard time frame analysis. You do not need anything. All you need are these three confluences, and if you see them, you take a trade. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's get on with the video. So the very first thing is that you have to go onto the hourly time frame. Okay, once you're on the hourly time frame, you have to wait for the 8 a.m. candle to close. Now, we are going to be trading NQ for this strategy, okay? So once the 8 a.m. candle closes, what you want to do is mark up the high of that candle and the low of that candle. Now, above the 8 a.m. high, what you want to do is mark out a swing high or an auto block or a fair value gap. Basically, we are marking out a PD array above the high of the 8 a.m. candle, and then you can, of course, also mark out the PD arrays below the low of the 8 a.m. candle. So what you have to do is after the next candle opens, so it opened right here, you are waiting for price to sweep out the 8 a.m. high and also take out the swing high or tap into the OB or fair value gap. So over here you can see this candle opened, it went up, it swept the 8 a.m. high. So we now expect that we're going to take out the 8 a.m. low next, but we also need to see price take out a key level, right? So it could be a PD array, could be a swing high, or it could tap into a fair value gap or an auto block. So over here, we take that out and then we push down. Now this is what it looks like on the hourly time frame. But once you have marked out the 8 a.m. high and low and you have marked out the PD array, this is what it's going to look like on the 1 minute time frame. So we're going to open here, right? We're going to take out the 8 a.m. high and also take out a swing high on the 1 hour time frame or tap into a fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame. After that, what you're looking for is a market structure shift on the 1 minute time frame. And also, if you want to increase the win rate, make sure that price closes back below the 8 a.m. high that we marked out. So in this case, you can see we closed below it as well. The next step is that you can take your entry from the breaker block or a fair value gap. So we have a breaker over here. So you can take your entry here and you can target the 8 a.m. low. Just like that, guys, it is stupid simple. I've explained this strategy in like literally 2 minutes, but I'm going to go over some examples and you will understand it correctly. Now you can use SMT confluence as well. So if NQ makes a higher high, right, like this, but ES fails to do so like this, you have an SMT divergence. That is an extra confluence, right? Again, a market structure shift, we take our entry and we target the opposing low, which is the 8 a.m. low. This is what it looks like on the hourly time frame, and this candle is how it's going to look like on the 1 minute time frame. Similarly, guys, if you are looking for a long, same scenario, we take out a swing low in this case, right? Or tap into a fair value gap or an auto block. And let's just mark out this candle as green and this candle as red, right? So we have the 8 a.m. low and the 8 a.m. high. The next candle opens, it goes down, takes out the 8 a.m. low, but also taps into a PD array or takes out a swing low, right? And then afterwards, we drop down to 1 minute time frame. We look for a market structure shift, a closure back above the 8 a.m. low, and then we take our entry. And we target the opposing low. Sorry, the opposing high, which would be 8 a.m. high. Now that you've understood this strategy, let me give you guys a lot of examples, and that's going to clear out each and everything. All right, guys, so here is example number 1, and you're going to see how stupid simple this strategy is. I don't know why people overcomplicate their trading, guys. It's literally one setup per day. You take it. If you win, that's good. If you lose, that's good, right? You come back the next day. It stops you from over trading. It stops you from revenge trading. It's just so mechanical. So over here, what do we have, guys? We have the 8 a.m. candle. It closes on the 1 hour time frame. So mark out the high of that candle and the low of that candle. Now, look to the left side, right? To the left side, this high, look to the left. What do we have? We have this swing high. This is your PD array. Okay, this is very important. So what I'm expecting is if price takes out the 8 a.m. high, I also want the price to take out this PD array, right? This high over here. So now we also have the 8 a.m. low. So if price wants to reverse from here, it can take out the 8 a.m. low as well. But I would like to see this low being swept as well. Okay, so let's drop down to 1 minute time frame and see what exactly happened. So we have the 8 a.m. high, and then we have the swing high over here. So if I play this through, you can clearly see that we took out the 8 a.m. high, and also we took out the swing high. Now the next step is that we wait for a market structure shift, right? And bam, just like that, guys, you can see it pushed down. Now this candle closure, it would have been a bearish candle, but it is just like I'm back testing right now and it's not showing properly. But this is what it would look like. And then you can basically take your entry from an auto block, or you can take your entry from breaker block. It is essentially, it didn't offer breaker block entry this time. We had this breaker here and it just didn't reverse. It didn't retrace back. But then you guys can see that how price took out the 8 a.m. low. So if you took your entry, even after like changing a state of delivery here, so let me just go back here, guys. If you didn't look for market structure shift, but just CIST, you can see that we closed below this, and you could have potentially taken your short position here, stop above the high, always, and then you can see price push down. Let's move on to the next freaking example. All right, guys, here's example number 2. You can see that we have the 8 a.m. candle. So once it closes, you want to mark out the high of that candle and the low of that candle. Now notice one thing, we have an hourly fair value gap over here, right? Let me just make this a bit like this. We have a 1 hour bearish fair value gap, but also notice that we are already inside this 1 hour auto block as well, right? This is actually a breaker. So now we have the 8 a.m. high. So let's remove this. We have the 8 a.m. high. We are inside the fair value gap. So let's see what happens next, right? This is the 8 a.m. high. Price takes out the 8 a.m. high, right? And now we are waiting for either a CISD or a market structure shift. So let's see how this plays out. All right, perfect. Now we have a CISD and also a market structure shift, right? So if you took your entry from CISD, your entry would be here. Your stop would go right above the high, and you would target pretty much the 8 a.m. low. And this would have given you 1 to 5, right? So let's see how this plays out. Just like that, 1 to 5, easy peasy, guys. So even if you lose 2 trades in a row, you are still profitable. Now, keep this thing in mind, okay? I'm not going to tell you this strategy has like a 95% or 100% win rate. No. If you think like that, trading is not for you. If you can't handle losses, if your psychology is so effed up that you're not able to comprehend a single loss and you just start over trading, revenge trading like a dumb idiot, then this strategy is not for you, okay? I'm being honest here. Because this strategy overall is going to keep you profitable, keep you like extremely profitable. It can pass your challenges in single trade, guys. But you need to understand real trading, it's just that you're going to experience losses. I could tell you that it has a 100% win rate, but no, okay? So let's move on to the next example now. All right, guys, here's another example. Again, 8 a.m. candle closes on the hourly time frame. So what you want to do is mark out the low of that candle and the high of that candle. And then you want to mark out the PD arrays like a swing low or swing high. So we have a swing low here and we have a swing high over here. So now I'm expecting either the price is going to take out the 8 a.m. low, take out this swing low and push higher, or it's going to take out the 8 a.m. high, take out this swing high and then push lower. So let's see what happens. Let's go down to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, this is the 8 a.m. low and this is the swing low, okay? So let's see what happens. The market opens. All right, notice one thing. Price took out the 8 a.m. low and it gave you a fake market structure shift because we didn't take out the 1 hour low that we marked out. But that is why it's so important that you have to wait for a PD array confluence, okay? So let's see what happens next. Price takes out this low and now we have a lower low, lower high, a fractal lower high, and then a lower low, okay? And now we have CISD like this. Or you could say this right here, because this specific candle swapped liquidity. So if you get a closure above that, that is your CISD level. You take your entry here, okay? You put your stop right below this low, and you target the opposing high. And this would give you 1 to 3. So let's see how this plays out. We get a tap, and right after that, we hit our full TP. I'm not making this up. You can go and backtest, see by yourself, okay? I could show you the backtesting results, but it's not going to give you any confidence, okay? When you backtest by yourself, you're going to see this setup play out, and that is going to build confidence. Okay, you have to watch it happen in front of you. I can show you the backtesting results. It has like 73%, 72% win rate. But if you don't backtest by yourself, guys, you're never gonna build confidence in the system. So let me give you guys one more example. All right, guys, so here's the last example. So you can see that we have the 8 a.m. candle, right? So we mark out the high and the low of that candle, and then look to the left. What do we have? We have a swing high, that is your PD array, and then we have a PD array over here as well, okay? We could also say that this auto block is a PD array as well. So if price takes out the 8 a.m. low, we can look for longs. So let's see what happens. This is the 8 a.m. high. This is the 8 a.m. low. So let's see. Price goes down, and notice what happened. It took out the 8 a.m. high, and it also took out the swing high, right? Now we are waiting for a CIST. So what do we have here, guys? CIST, right? Now we can take our entry here, put our stop above the high, and target this level. But here's a small problem here. Notice how we're not even getting 1 to 2 risk reward if we take a trade right now. So just use some logic. You have a brain, right? Just use it. What if you take a better entry so you can get at least 1 to 2? Because I'm not going to risk 1% to make 1.37 RR. It's not worth it. So what I would do is look here and see, okay, we have this unfilled fair value gap here. Maybe I'll take an entry from here, right? I would definitely do that. Just use some logic, guys. Come on. And just put your stop right above the high. And then you can target this low. So let's see. Okay, now you're getting 1 to 3 risk reward. That is perfect. So let's see how this plays out, guys. We get a tap. We go down. Okay, we come up. Whoa, scary, right? Oh my God, we come back up again. Almost got stopped out. Scary, right? No. Watch what happens. It goes back up again, but now it comes back down. So even if the day is choppy, it doesn't matter, bro. You're just following a rule-based system. If it works, it works. You're not going break even, fuck that. You're not going anything. You're just letting the probabilities play out. All right, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. And make sure, also tell me one thing. Do you guys want to learn order flow? Do you want to guys learn how to trade with volume and order flow? Let me know in the comments and I'll teach you that for absolutely free. Take care for now, soldiers.